Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jacob Snow, lead dev here at Dragon Ridge Studios, coming to you today with the first episode in a new series that we hope to call Dragon Ridge Reviews. We're going to be reviewing the JoyToy Judicar figure from quote-unquote the Ultramarines. I thought it was Black Templar, but it's fine either way. We secured this one off of Amazon, so without much further ado, we are going to go ahead and crack that pack open and see what we're working with. So first things first, what we are going to discuss is this thing is on here. This plastic wrap is annoying, so grab a screwdriver. There we go, that there. And then we are going to proceed to struggle with this for the next 15 minutes. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and... Oh, wait. Let's go, babies! What have we been waiting for? We got it. Okay. So first off, one thing I am going to mention is where it's got the Warhammer officially licensed and everything. This feels like a Warhammer sprue pack, like, you know, Combat Patrol, something like that, which is really cool. It opens a little easier, which is nice. And then out comes the figure. My God, you're large. Okay. So first things first. With the pack, we have the figure, we've got the back plate, we have a really cool lantern thing, which I'm sure maintains some significance in the lore. I'm going to showcase that right there. We have some extra hands, and we have the sword. So one thing that makes this mercifully different from the screw packs... I want to put a headphone advisory on that one. No assembly required. So starting off, we've got our sword right here. And traditionally speaking, from a historical perspective, this would be an executioner's sword due to the complete lack of a tip. It is a chopping weapon, which totally cool there. Next we have, oh, it's not a lantern, it's an hourglass. Okay, so this is our hourglass. Got the little Imperium cross, the skull with the wings. Really nice chain loop. Makes it easier for any figure to hold. But obviously it's intended for our boy here. Okay, so we did have a hand pop out of the package. Nice little hand. Also featuring a really cool little skull ring. Focus is not doing me any favors, but there is a cool little skull ring there, so I think that's pretty neat. This is our back plate. It goes on the back of most Space Marines. This one's interesting though because they free spin, so I think that might be for like jet packing or something like that. Don't know entirely, but that's still really cool. Just a nice little durable piece. We've got a second hand for manifesting psychic powers, or just like, you know, the world in the palm of my hand type stuff, which is pretty neat. And then we get a free packet of silica gel. Do not eat, apparently. And then we get to the figure himself. So this is our figure. Real cool skull look. He's got the Ultramarine symbol, so he is Ultramarines. That's his chapter. Got the Ultramarine Omega on the sleeve. Got a little band with the scriptures. Now, you may notice when we first started this, I said he was large. The reason I say that is because compared to this is just a little custom figure I've got here. Yeah, he's a big boy. Which lore accuracy to be propped, but still, I was expecting him to be a little bigger. I was not expecting him to be that much bigger. So a little bit of assembly here. We're gonna try and pop this back plate in. Oh my God, that's tight. Okay, so I don't think that's meant to come back out once you get it on. I don't have any problem with that. I will say this. First off, he's got that marvelous new plastic smell. Smells like you just like pulled something brand off the line new, which is really good. The armor plates are a little freer moving than the joints themselves. With figures like this, always be mindful of the joints, especially like I've had some from Boss Fight Studios. I love their work, but especially the leg joints, you want to make sure you're extra careful with that. Don't be too rough with it. You can still pick it up and play it and move it around, but if you're not careful, you'll end up snapping your plastic, and that is not something we want. So the last part of the package review. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so one further point of this is a minor point of contention, but it's still a point of contention. This stand did not want to play nice with these feet. It's got a single peg, not two peg, which that's fine. No major issues there. But the peg is a little large for the foothold. And what we were talking about earlier with not wanting to be too rough with it, when the piece is a little big, you got to be careful not to accidentally force it and wind up breaking off a leg or a foot. Okay, so the hands are rubbered, so we don't have to worry about them snapping open or anything like that. It's not a Lego figure, which is good. The sword fits the hand perfectly. Now, he didn't come with a bolter or anything. He just came with the big old sword and this hourglass. So we're going to try and get that there. The thumbs are rubbered too. So, well, rubber is just a term that I personally use. It's just meant to mean they're not harder plastic than the rest, so it's got some give, it's got some flexibility. So with that, we have cracked open the package for the Warhammer 40k JoyToy Judicar. I pronounced that wrong at the first part of the video. All in all, I love the detail. Really good looking figure. He is a big boy. He's not going to, if you're primarily doing 1/18 sculpts, little stormtroopers or little figures like this, there is a marked visual difference in scale. They are right next to each other, and he is fully head, shoulders, and biceps above this standard figure. So if you're just doing 1/18s, he might throw your scaling off a little bit unless you've got a reason for why he's there. All in all, incredible sculpt. Again, my favorite feature is that skull ring. They actually where the Space Marines are so large, they're able to add a little more detail, and to have not only a ring but an actually sculpted ring that has visible eyes, visible nose piece. Let me get that closer to the camera so you can see it. It's still a little blurry because my autofocus is not working, but that amount of detail is just phenomenal. JoyToy really does their work, does their due diligence when it comes to releasing these, and I cannot stress enough how much I would like to get more. So all in all, like I said, you can find him on Amazon. Would I say he's worth what I paid for him? At the moment, yeah, I would agree with that. JoyToy figs tend to be in the pricier range unless you're riding a sale, but especially the Warhammer ones because they're having to pay for the license from Games Workshop and everything. They are a little pricier. He was around... I got him with a coupon for $65, which for... If you're into action figures, that's a justifiable price because, the quality, again, the sculpt, the texture of the plastic, the way that they got all the paints done, he looks amazing. There's no legitimate fault with that. If you're just wanting to pick up something for like a birthday present or something, they are a bit pricey for something like that. But if you're an enthusiast such as myself for both action figures and an enjoyer of Warhammer 40k, it's definitely worth the price of admission. I've had a couple of other figures from them, from JoyToy, and they have not broken under use. But I'm also not throwing them into walls or anything. And remember, right here on the box, 15 plus. It's intended for more mature players, so you're not going to be just smashing action figures into action figures, because you would hate to break something that A, costs this much and B, looks this good. So for my rating, I'm going to give it straight 5 stars out of 5 stars. Really good product. Worth the price of admission. Worth acquiring if you're a Space Marine player, or if you're just a guy who's like, man, this figure looks amazing. One other detail that I missed, this does not come out of the holster or anything. It's an affectation, but it still looks really nice. So yeah, 5 out of 5 stars. I would buy it again if I needed to, and I will probably buy more of their Space Marine line now that I've acquired one that I know, first off, how they sit and scale with other figures, and now that I know that they are very high quality and not just expensive plastic. They're really high quality, expensive plastic. So 5 out of 5 stars. We'll probably buy more JoyToy products again. And that pretty much wraps the review. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it answered some questions that you might have. If you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to pop them in the comments. Like and subscribe, all that stuff. And until our next Dragon Ridge review, this is Jacob Snow, signing out.